Ho, 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 and welcome to the RuneScape weekly live stream. This is the last stream of the year and the last stream of the decade.
Oh my!
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I hadn't even thought of it like that.
Decade.
So when I put on my CV, I can put hosted the last RuneScape stream of the tens. Is it? What do we call it? The teens. But no, thank you very much for tuning in today. I am joined today by from left to my left to my left. My left, yes. It's been a long year. It's been a long year. Mod Iago, Mod Breezy, and then up to my right I've got Mod Warden and of course Mod Osborne. So we've got a packed sofa today. We've got a packed script today, things to go through. So first thing I wanted to talk about was the news post that we released about an hour ago. If you haven't had a chance to read it yet, I don't know if Mod Warden you want to give a quick summary as to what was the content of that news post?
Yeah, I think that the top of line news items is that we're making a shift on the archaeology release timing, and that was so that we can get a little more polish in, a little more QA, a little more playtest time, and just round it out in the best way possible. So it wasn't quite ready. Dun, dun, dun.
I think it's the stuff.
All right. Am I making scratchy noises?
I think so.
Okay, there we go. Mike, much better. And then the other, I think, exciting part is that we had a lot of demand for our PVM hub. Yeah. It's now called War's Retreat.
War's Retreat.
Yeah, that's
right.
I
like the name.
Yeah, that's
I prefer my name still.
What was that?
Warriors Guild.
How does that tongue come across written?
It just
have a little wink.
I mean, him and I think it was Modcell just turned around like, no, we're not talking to you anymore.
As I said, it's been a long year.
Well, it was Garden of War for a bit, wasn't it? But we thought, after farming in Herblore, it might sound like some kind of weird extension of it. So, we like War's Retreat because it goes with Death's Office. Yeah. Sort of thing.
But there was a game jam effort, and that's super cool. This is one of the areas where we're trying to practice a little more creativity in the team, and this was I think one of the first game jams in a while. Yeah. And we want to do more of these and get more of these efforts over time. So I think that was the kind of top of line. The other ones that I thought were really important is that there was a pretty jam-packed year, and we can chat about that later on.
Absolutely.
Right, and then the other aspects is still a new guy, still trying to learn everything, grok everything, as well as get to know the team more, but also really start diving into the content aspects and what is really motivating players in their play, so that we can get into the 2020 roadmap planning and take it out a little further. And I'm really shooting for a more unified product strategy for the year, and that's taking a lot more cycles to put together than I'd like, but we want to do more of it right.
Yeah, I think the key thing is we want to improve year on year.
That's right.
Really?
Exactly.
So looking through some of the updates for this year, which we'll touch on a little bit later on, there have been quite a lot of things that obviously have taken an awful lot of time, and I think we want to try and keep raising that bar year on year. So just going back to archaeology, there are a couple of kind of major reasons why we're shifting the date. So I don't know, Mod Osborne, if it's worth jumping in on.
Yeah, I mean, the team, to be fair to the team were really kind of putting their all into it, and we're kind of hitting a lot of things that we needed for it. Like the design has been strong for quite a while now. We've got that kind of really kind of rammed and nailed. The development was coming along really well. Obviously, there were a lot of people were packing in a lot of work hours to get it done, and that kind of puts the team on edge. Coming over Christmas as well. Yeah. Testing was going well, but again, like you've seen from the past year, we want to tighten up in that area. We want to really kind of make sure that whatever we launch is watertight. But from an art perspective in particular, there are real opportunities. We're going with a load of dig sites. There's lots of places to explore that you want to enjoy while you're exploring them. We felt like we weren't getting to the quality level that we would have wanted to with the initial launch date, and this allows us to really make the place feel alive, make it feel up to the quality bar and beyond of what you've got from Anachronia and various other updates we've released recently.
I mean, there's quite a lot of environment, isn't there? Places to explore, etc. But we need to fill that landscape out. and add content to it. So that's what
Yeah.
the extra time helps us do.
And one of the biggest things for me is I'm part of it at the moment as well, and you guys I think are as well, is that we're doing a lot more longevity testing.
Yep.
We haven't really had the chance to do it before because it is such a time sink. The idea of playing through a skill as a player would, you know, obviously that's, even with cheat commands, we try not to use them because we want to play it like a player would. That takes up a chunk of time. And it really does benefit the update, so we want to do that too.
We started about 5 weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then after that was within the team that are developing it. And then after that, we wanted to make so many changes that we then had to all restart it from the beginning because we changed so much. So it's iterating on all the changes and whatnot.
So Osborne, I know you I think the only one other than myself who was in the company when we launched Invention.
Yes.
What is the difference between, say, how we approached Invention to how we've approached Archaeology?
Invention had many different ways. I think the pertinent one is a kind of launch and track kind of approach that we took with Invention.
Yeah.
Is that because it touched so many different things, it was almost a system or spreadsheet-oriented skill in a sense. I think there was an approach of get as much right as we can, but admit that we can't get everything right, put it out there, and then very fast iterate based on what the economy does or how players use it. That's a little bit by the seat of your pants.
And I think we found that, didn't we, when it launched as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure players don't appreciate being a huge test bed for an update that size, particularly when things like your own wealth is taken into account.
Yeah. And obviously PVM Hub as well, moving earlier than perhaps we would have otherwise done it. There's kind of a secondary reason why as well, isn't there, in terms of how useful that is?
A lot of players have been talking about this as well. Certainly if you're in the kind of PVM community, it's obviously when a skill comes out, players are no longer max. If they're no longer max, they can't access the max guild. What does the max guild represent for certain players? It's the ability to conveniently teleport to bosses using the boss portal that's there. So for a lot of players, it just means that they can't, at least conveniently boss. And that's a bit of a kick in the teeth. Yeah. Obviously, they'll probably try to race to get to max again, but what this means is the big reason for one of the big reasons for War's Retreat is these portals. You can still boss. You don't have to worry about skills coming out in the future. So we wanted to resolve that bigger problem.
Yeah,
and that's what the team did.
And you guys did a playthrough actually with us the other day, and I was really surprised actually at how much had been kind of packed into that, and how convenient it kind of made everything now.
Go on, I mean, you've been involved with it. It's like, go and sell it to us.
Sorry, I must admit, I slightly lost that question.
Why is War Retreat so good in this packed?
Sell it.
Oh, I mean, from the sort of the loop of players killing bosses, banking, whatnot. It has everything you could want and everything you can need. It's a place to go for
more.
Yeah, and more. You have like adrenaline crystals, so which are unlocks. So if you go into a boss, you can siphon from these crystals, and it just builds adrenaline. Something like that. It's a huge quality of life. Yeah, makes it a lot easier than placing dummies, building up to 100%. Like this takes, I think it was like 10 cycles.
Maybe even less.
Yeah.
It wasn't long.
They're channeling for a bit, aren't you? And then you go up to 100%.
But, I mean, we'll cover a bit more, I think, later, or is this...
No, it's now.
Talk about it now.
Sure. Retreat time.
Do it.
So what are we covering?
In terms of loadout, like what you're setting yourself up with, so there's campfire?
Cool. Yeah, there's the campfire, which you can upgrade, which is like you warm your hands and you get the bonfire boost. We're adding the auras. Yep. As unlocks, which you get from.
I mean, that's big. I don't know.
That is big.
Yeah. So this is 5 auras. Oh, I'm going to get it wrong now. Yeah. So vampirism, dark magic, and the 3 accuracy auras.
Nope.
No, not the 3 accuracy
3
auras.
berserker auras, maniacal, reckless, and berserker. Yeah, they're all coming with it.
Yeah.
They'll be obtained through the death marks, which we have recently just had discussions on the design of that. Yeah. Because the last time we proposed to you guys, we had some feedback, so we've tried to action that. I'm not sure what the team want to do with that, how they want to present it, but we've made some changes.
Yeah.
Some good changes. So I'm hoping. Sorry, I lost myself.
That's fine. 4 portals, which I think it was 3 last time we showed.
Yeah, it's 4 portals now.
2 are tuned. One is default, obviously open to everybody, but one is from progress, which is just kill count, isn't it? I think it's kill count rather than marks of war.
That one's Marks of War as well.
Yeah. Oh, is it Marks of War as
Yes.
well? Then you've got the Reaper portal.
Yeah,
Just
which
current
is your daily
task.
Reaper task. It'll teleport you to that.
And then similar to kind of Quest Point Shop, we've got a portal that's taking you to the most recent combat.
Yeah,
unlock. But we can change that.
It's like a featured portal, I'd
featured
probably
portal.
describe it as. So
Might change it with a winter weekend
yeah,
or a summer weekend.
if we've got Elite Dungeons featured, it could do something like that. Seasonal high scores,
Or the other,
if we bring them back.
Yeah. So that's a deal of
the other
convenience.
bottle
stuff like
dungeon
that.
when comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe focus.
We'll show what it looks like as well and the progress that's been made in January.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you can kind of get a sense of what the actual environment will look like.
Yeah, it will look different from when we last saw it, actually. We've been
Yeah.
doing a little treatment on it. There's a lot of statues of War in his pants, which is,
Yeah.
really adds something, really ties the room together.
That was the highlight, I would say, when you showed it to us the other day.
But it's also worth noting some of the things that aren't going to be in the update that players
Yes.
may have seen from previous. Having looked at the feedback, I don't think, sorry, I can't assume, but these weren't things that were necessarily core to the update for a lot of players. But the achievement garden is one of those things that we're not going to have for launch. So that was where we saw a lot of pedestals where people could have their pets on, boss pets. That may well come in the future, but we're keeping to the core of the convenience teleporting and setup.
And we're keeping the training area with your dummies. That's staying.
Yeah, but we're removing the grouping area
And the grouping
as
area,
an area itself because it can really just happen.
Exactly, it can happen naturally anyway.
To make that work properly as well, we've got to do it. We'd have to do a lot of work with the grouping system, and it's not the time for us to do that right now.
Yeah.
Kratos has just said, better not take the adrenaline crystals away. We are not doing
they
that.
they are staying.
They are staying.
One
They
per
are staying.
portal, right outside.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of other rewards which I won't go into, but
Yeah,
there's a bunch of other
I
rewards.
think we mentioned consumables as well for
Oh, yeah.
Marks of War.
Yeah.
I think during the Game Jam stream we mentioned a few things which we could add,
Yeah,
like
we did.
refreshers and stuff.
Yeah, we've got Aura Live.
Aura and life refreshers
Yeah.
for all tiers.
So it means that there's a use for your currency beyond just your initial unlocks.
Yeah.
No matter how much you play and how much your boss, whatever new bosses come out, it's just a constant cycle.
Awesome. Well, I mean, as I say, I'm excited. I think when we get to the first sort of stream of the net of 2020, or perhaps the one after that, we'll go into a little bit more detail about what players can expect from PVM.
Let's definitely
from
showcase it and jump in.
Wars Retreat. Sorry, I will get it right. Then we'll showcase it to you guys towards the start of next year. But kind of main headline news is that is coming before Archaeology,
That's
right.
and they're both coming soon, TM, towards the first part of the year. First part of let's go a little bit earlier than that.
Yeah. You'll probably find us committing less to exact dates at the moment, just so that we can,
Get a better handle on things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Okay, so that's that. There is the news post now live on the RuneScape website, which has got more details from Mod Warden. So give that a read. It's going to be the penultimate news post we put out before Christmas. There is something a little special that we've got planned for you next week. So we'll keep that under our hats. But yeah, that's kind of us for the year then. So just going to go into some news in brief. We normally do this at the start of the stream, but I thought it's probably important that we talk about the most pressing matter first of all. So game update this week was the Christmas event and also the daily challenge rework. I know the daily challenge rework kind of went a little bit under the radar to begin with, but I think it's also quite an important statement of intent.
Yeah, because it's really driving engagement. Engagement's just skyrocketing and getting a lot of player positive feedback on that. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it just puts more kind of choice in the players' hands,
more choice.
which is nice.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think
More reasonable to achieve.
everybody had that list of challenges that they just would not do
Yeah.
if they got them. So it's nice to just really want to do them all.
The one overriding bit of feedback that I've seen around things that perhaps we could do next year is Christmas thriftiness.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if that was an oversight or if it was something that we just didn't
I don't
do.
know enough about whether it was an oversight.
Yeah.
Yes, we'd love to have that for next year.
Yeah. Cool. So dead clicks fix as well, which was a big thing. I know that there have been a few people who engage in PVM quite regularly that were very, very happy with this change. I don't think we've seen any recurrence of it since, which is great. So you guys can boss to your heart's content over Christmas.
Yeah. I really love some of some of the people who talked about it. It was kind of like, can I come back and play? Is it okay for me to go bossing again?
Yeah.
Or like people just, has anybody tried it? Is it okay?
Yeah.
It's good. I liked that a lot.
There was one issue.
Is there still an issue?
stemmed from that, which was right now if you
Oh yes, yes.
if you are using your keybinds and press enter very rapidly, you'll end up shooting one of those keybinds. There's a fix for that going on right now. So.
Is that? Do we have an idea of when that will be? So obviously we're in the
Not
Christmas
when.
period.
Not when.
Okay.
It might be cold fix area.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
today, tomorrow, I don't know. But
Okay.
In terms of cold fix, that means that we then have to restart the game, and we have the log out
And
timer.
that will
if
be
it's a
New
hot-
Year.
That will be in the new year.
Is there
If we're doing a cold fix, that would be in the New Year, I imagine.
Okay.
Yep.
And then a hot fix for anybody who's interested is something that we can do without, which doesn't require the game to restart. And there's a warm fix as well, which I don't really know what that is. But
Restart your client.
Restart your client. Okay,
Oh, cheers.
cool.
It's,
Learn
in,
something
it's
new.
in between
every-
hot and cold, just in case.
You can tell I'm on the sofa with four kind of dev-focused people today, and I am well out of my depth. So, Java Sunset, obviously on midnight on Tuesday, we closed the doors finally on Java. It's been a fantastic ride over the course of the last 19 years, but it's
Really important to the company, right?
Yeah, I
And
think
to our
it's-
players. So.
I'm not going to say it's kind of held us back, but I think it was getting to the point where it was taking more time than was worth us spending on improving the experience for those
Yeah.
players who could.
When you
feasibly
test,
use
when you
it.
develop, you have to do it for that additional
Yeah.
Java work. It
So-
always will have an impact.
So hopefully it'll allow us to be more flexible in future and get things a little bit quicker with regards to engine updates.
And we got smooth movement out
Yep.
before the end of the year. That was pretty movement.
That's what
That's
we're
right.
calling it.
And so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. We have got the Activity Pets poll live as well. That went live on Tuesday. So at the moment, you can vote for your favourite heading game and vote for your favourite area and clue scroll pets. Next week, we'll be changing that to next Tuesday, which is Christmas Eve. Don't expect you to be logging in on Christmas Day or anything like that, but it should transfer over on Christmas Eve. That'll be money making and RuneScore, so vote for your favourites. There are some stonking entries in there, I have to
There
say.
are. It's reminded me that I need to check on who's winning at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, we had quite a few conversations about what should go in the poll, and I'm just hoping that certain favourites are in there.
My fingers crossed for the pangolins.
Oh, it's the pangolins, yes.
But yeah, thank you very much to everybody who entered. We hope the top 5 for each of the categories is representative of some great ideas from the community. There were some that we loved, but we put them through the art
Yeah.
team, and it wasn't quite feasible
Yeah,
for them to be included.
Unsurprisingly, we
but-
have to make them, and occasionally, sometimes the designs don't suit.
Yeah.
Suit that. So, obviously, we would have loved to have all of the best artistic entries in there, perhaps.
Yeah.
But there is a line.
There's some great ideas in there as well, even if the artistic talent is a little bit left to be. I'm thinking of you, Max. Artistic talent is a little bit to be desired, but no, it's good to see the community kind of pulling together. There seems to be a lot of chat about the alpaca as well, so good luck to everybody who's entered. We released the Warforged journal yesterday, and I think it's. I was quite surprised actually. I think it made it onto Reddit just before we came onto the sofas. I was quite surprised it hadn't come onto Reddit before that. But if you've not seen it already, it's an introduction to the Warforge dig site. We're calling them dig sites, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay.
OS.
Warforge dig site.
Warforged exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark. Work for Panic at the Disco. It'll work for Warforge as well. But no,
Exactly what we're aiming for. Cheers, Daddy.
If you've not seen it yet, give it a read. It's a good little bit of tidbit of lore to kind of get you through
Yeah.
the Christmas period.
And you've been working on Warforge. You've been working on it this week?
Sort
Sort of.
Yeah, the environment artists are currently
Yeah.
working on it quite.
But that's the last one we got to, really. All the other,
Yes.
It's the last of the dig sites.
Yeah, that is the last one to work on. We've not done too much dev.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Kind of a mixture of Gladiator and the Goblin sequences in The Hobbit. That's what it's like. You can imagine that.
It's a really cool area, and I don't want to go into too much. It's dangerous territory.
We will be showing you guys some of the environments when we get a little bit closer to launch. We'll do some live streams, show what you can do.
Yeah, we're not going to shut up about archaeology.
We're not going to
keep
shut up.
talking.
No.
We're gonna keep talking.
You just try and quiet us
We're
down.
too excited about it.
I did see someone in the chat put Warforge at the disco, so
Excellent.
He's a heavy metal music track as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could definitely get the audio team to get something like that in the background.
That's nice.
Let's
Give
get on
them
it.
ideas. They'll do that.
Stephen's probably already on it.
Yeah.
I wanted to check in with you, Breezy, quickly on farming and Herblore as well, because you released something on Twitter on Tuesday around some of the drop rates.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we could prompt that from Mod John to come on the screen.
It's asking a lot of him.
Yes, please.
Now, do it.
Please now. There we go. Let's take it away, Breezy.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty basic, really. So we had the pre-release for the eggs about a month or so before the update, I think. I can't quite remember, but yeah, like on the left, you see how rare they were. We did say they'd be rare.
Was it always your intention to go rare pre-release and then ramp up?
Yes, yeah. We put them as a rare drop at first, and then we checked as to like how many are coming into game every day, how many people have X amount of eggs in there on their accounts and whatnot. And then when it came closer to release, we made the decision to drop that a good bit, as you see on the right hand side, make them quite a bit more common in some cases. Like the Big Game Hunter one, we dropped it by 4 times. And the same with the Dino Slayer one. It's roughly, I think 4 times more
Some
common.
quick maths.
Yeah.
Well, no, me and Timbo actually looked at it and said we should drop it by about 4 times. But yeah, we just wanted to make it a little bit more accessible.
Is this something you're still monitoring, or is that golden now?
Yeah, I mean we're like constantly looking at
Okay.
at the things. I had to look at how many like the farming Herblore items are in game the other day, and there's quite some interesting numbers up there.
Okay.
But yeah.
Go on.
I wonder,
Can't just tease us with that.
I wonder if, is there anything you could, off the top of your head?
I'm trying to think of what is safe to reveal and what isn't, because I don't want to influence anything. But there are there's a lot more potions than others, in some cases, and it's interesting as to why, because they're not as useful as other potions. So like the Power Burst of Masterstroke, you wouldn't expect to be.
Yeah. It's being used for training,
so popular,
then, or?
but it's being used for training.
Right.
Yeah. So like there's a lot more of them than Power Burst of Overkill.
Okay.
And again, by quite a bit. But yeah, and I mean, like on top of the drop rates, we had the update this week where we released Dino Eggs as part of as part of the Hunter Mark shop as well. It was kind of a bad luck mitigation in a sense. They're still random. You can't focus on a specific dinosaur, and there's also Slayer dinosaurs in there as well. So it's not meant to be too nice, but it's still nice in the sense that if you're going dry, if you can't access skilling, the option's there for you.
Cool. Is there anything that we can expect in the new year from the branch out time and farming? And
Yeah. We've had constant meetings and discussions for stuff that we see constantly on social media and whatnot, and stuff like that. So, of course, if there's any bugs and whatnot, they're ongoing. They're being worked on. We've got things like changes to Power Burst Adrenaline cooldowns. You've got a little bit of the environment Anachronia branch itself, so that's things like adding in the what's it called, the Stormbarn baby shakes, just little bits of flavor, stuff like that. We've got, I think Model Ryan already teased it, but a few changes for Nightshade, so making obtaining Nightshade a little bit easier, nicer. There's a few things in there. I can't remember everything off the top of my head. Raven was working on almost like a prestige system for farming grip, but prestige in the sense that you get a reward for reaching the cap, as opposed to, like there's nothing for prestige itself, but it's just saying that you can keep on rinsing it and get some rewards and stuff out of it. Stuff like that. There's bits and bobs all over the place. We might look at like what we feed dinosaurs. People are asking why they can't be fed fish, for example. So, yeah.
They can't. I mean, they can't put their arms in the water, obviously.
I don't know. I mean, the trough is so small. I'd be surprised if any dinosaurs can even fit their mouths into it.
That's true. That's true. They are absolute units after all. Okay, so final thing from the news in brief before we get into kind of the review of the year. So there's been a few threads that have come up around a few art-related issues that people have been seeing. So some of the colours being washed out of specific outfits. It's not necessarily to do with the outfits, it's to do with the actual environment itself, the map squares that people are in. We are aware that some characters and pets appear to be kind of washed out at the moment on particular map squares. So we've got a fix, or we've established a fix anyway, and we'll roll that out in the new year. So it's related to incorrect environment maps applied to some of our map squares. That these will be corrected and the fixes will be released in batches. So if you see that over the next few weeks, that's what it is. We have got it in the schedule to be fixed, and you'll see that in the new year. Cool. Okay, so that is the news in not so brief. We are 26 minutes into the live stream already, but there was a lot to go over, and I think that given, as I say, the last couple of weeks it's been quite intense live streams. I think it's quite nice to have a bit of a laid-back, chill one for a change. So, what I'm going to do with this is I've got a list of some of the bigger updates that we've launched this year, and I want you guys to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And in the chat as well, a kind of middle if you think it was all right but could be improved. Yeah, why not? And then sort of a down if you are not a fan of it. And I'll be interested to see if the chat rings true with the guys on the sofa as well.
That'll be interesting.
So I'm going to start with the mining and smithing rework. That was in January.
Oh, yeah. Two thumbs.
Two thumbs.
Double thumbs up. Okay, good.
I think we started very strong there.
Yeah, good. I mean, it was a fair amount. Mod John is also thumbsing up for that as well. I think it was very much overdue, but it was something that I think was done really, really well in terms of the update itself. And again, that kind of aftercare side of things as well. We had quite a lot of time dedicated to making sure that certain things were fixed. I know there's a couple of still outstanding issues with Stone Spirits.
Oh, of course. Yes, yeah. I'm glad that people aren't necessarily fixating on that when they looked at the poll that's on the website.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple of threads up on Reddit as well, talking about kind of reworks and wanting more of them, so that's good.
Yeah, so Mining Smith and Rework, definite thumbs up. Let's go with that. Elite Dungeons, the Shadow Reef, that came in, I think it was end of February. It was straight after Double XP.
With Curse of the Black Stone, yeah.
Yes. I'll tell you what, let's have a little bit of jeopardy, okay? So let's have a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, he's got an
Oh, so we've got a sort of a 60-degree angle from Iago.
Yeah.
One thumbs up from
I think it was hitchhiking.
Breezy, and then a double thumbs up. From,
I forgot about the double thumbs up. That was a mistake.
One thumbs up. Okay.
I feel like we got it was the third one, and I feel like there weren't the issues of rewards that the first two had. Still needs to sort dungeoneering as a whole, but I thought it was good.
I think the quest, having the quest around it as well, really was a good lead in to the even if
the old ambassador is it's quality. Go on, what's the one?
Maybe I've just not played enough of it. It might just be that simple.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really back it up with anything.
Right.
I like the update, but
Okay.
Was it the bosses? Was it the loot, the XP?
I feel like the type of player I am, I would have preferred a boss encounter rather than Elite Dungeon.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So I think it's probably just that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As I say, honesty is the best policy here. So we're not gonna take you around the back afterwards. And but no, well, let's go into desperate times. So 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Mixed
No
reaction.
comment.
I think for me, a lot of it was that Desperate Times didn't. It could have gone into more quests. The storyline could have progressed.
Okay.
Could have filtered into Anachrony, and of course we lost a bit of the momentum. But it was good.
Okay.
I spacebar.
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm one of those. I spacebar.
Okay.
Sorry.
Breezy, any comment?
I think for me it was the first quest in a while, because
Chef's Assistant only came a month before.
Chef's. No,
Chef's Blackstone.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they
I know what you
they
mean.
were great, but like for having I don't know what to call it, but just sort of like a nice chunk of
Core story.
Yeah, because I am into all aspects of RuneScape, PVM, skilling, and questing, and for me to sit down and play through Desperate Times was great. It's sort of one of the crap things about working here is that you play through it before you even get to it. So I already played.
And normally in a whip state with like blue boxes everywhere.
I actually worked on it for a bit as well, so everything's sort of spoiled by the time you get around to it.
That's true.
But there's still something nice about it.
It's weird though, even though I don't particularly like playing quests, I love testing them. It's just something really fun
You
about
like
testing
breaking
quests.
them, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'd say that was probably about 65%, something like that.
Yeah.
2/3 up, something like that. The chat seemed to quite enjoy it as well. Similar comments to what you said, I think, Osborne. Okay, so let's go with, this is going to be an interesting one. Comp Cape update. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I think that's fair. I think looking at the chat, I think that's a fair answer to that.
Boo.
I suppose let's post-mortem it. What could we have done better with the Comp Cape update? Do we think?
Yeah, that's really tough. Came in with a big dream, hit a feedback wall and some kind of internal shifts in aims as well for the project. And then what we came out with at the end, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it really kicked those aims' asses. It still feels like, I mean, we're now adding, or I would like to be adding achievements to every update, and that was one of the biggest aims of it, and that has come out in the wash, which is good. But still, you know, there's not new ways to achieve. I wanted to see people with lots of different capes wandering around, and we haven't quite got that. There's a number of things that has just made it a bit between stools.
It feels like it was a lot of time spent for the actual outcome not quite being what we wanted it to be.
Internally, the number of tears shared as well.
Yeah.
Really.
It's all right, mate. It's all right.
It's okay.
Probably hurt us a wee bit.
Yeah. I also think, as say, you can kind of see the barometer as well from the people on the sofas as well. I think you kind of look at Breezy being the sort of happy, and then Iago being kind of the lower end of the barometer for some of these, and Dave being smack bang in the middle. So, all right, let's move on. Should we go on to the Land Out of Time? And this is the July Land Out of Time update. So let's go 3, 2, 1. I'm
going to stand by the hand out on this update.
Oh, Breezy's done everything he can to make me look like an idiot. Okay, John is also thumbing up. Chat is a little. There's quite a few yays in there, which is good. What are people's thoughts on the Land Out Time? That's kind of it was our big update of the summer. Featured a whole new landmass.
Yeah.
Lots of content in there.
It depends what you wanted from it or expecting from it, I think. I think a lot of people who were like, were kind of like, well, it wasn't a kind of an expansion-sized thing. There was an expectation more to come. Like, where is a boss? Where is the storytelling? Maybe like that. But what I still stand by that what it did actually really well. Like, some hiccups with the agility, but I think the agility is strong. I think Big Game Hunter, for those who play it.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Looks fantastic.
it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of people who were worried about reputation-style systems come around to base camp. I think there's a lot of good in Anachronia.
Yeah, and we learned a lot.
What's with your wiggle?
I quite liked it when it came out. Like, there was a lot to. It felt like there was a lot to do, at least. There was a Slayer, sort of two different kinds of things. There was a cluster of tasks and stuff like that as well, which you wouldn't obviously count as a physical thing, but that's also a thing. The agility course was a nice, refreshing thing, and the rewards it brought out was nice as well. Double Surge and Double Escape are quite nice. And Big Game Hunter, like, it's really, really fun. For me personally, I absolutely love playing it. I haven't done enough of it, but it's just it's been a while since we've had like a new sort of mechanic, a new piece of content like that.
Yeah.
So that was also quite refreshing.
It was a totally new method of training. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever done anything. I guess the closest thing to it would be maybe like Barbarian Assault.
Yeah. But like,
But that's not a training method, is it? And we've made this into a training method.
yeah.
It's probably my favourite piece from the entire update.
Yeah, I'd say the base camp was pretty cool as well. I sort of wiggled a little bit because I went back to it for the past couple of days doing Slayer and stuff, and you realise kind of like it is quite fast, but at the same time there's little things that could be added.
Yeah.
Still.
And to be fair, like next year, I think we still want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What were we talking about?
Right?
We were talking about, on addition to Archaeology, weren't we, as well?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the moment you've got plans to do that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Ranch at a Time, albeit it's not necessarily on the island. There was a bit of real estate that was carved out of it. That was kind of one of the additions.
Yeah.
Had that been on the island, you know.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of, feedback that it's too big, there's not enough content for the size of the area, but that is maybe something players will start to get used to as well, as now we're getting to a point where we'll be a lot quicker at building these environments, and you kind of see these large environments in other MMOs, don't you? And I think that's something we're not going to go as big as Anachronia with the same scale, but I think we'll start to see more of that.
I could talk about that for a good
Yeah.
couple of live streams, the scale theory of RuneScape and whether or not we should go big like the Mazcab big, or whether or not you go dense and rich.
That sounds like a live stream to me that we can lock in for next year.
Oh, it's nerdy. I'm in. But that's something we talk about internally a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Infernal Source. You'll see it and you're like, it looks massive.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Yeah, because I took a quick look because we had a website poll around Land Out of Time, and I took a quick look at what the results were and sort of what people's favourite part of the update was, and there was a lot of kind of spread between Big Game Hunter and the Agility course. Yeah. One of the things that came out really low, actually, I was quite surprised, was totems.
Yeah.
And I wondered maybe if that again is something that we need to take a look at. That kind of reward mechanic.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, certainly not heard a lot of people shouting about them. It'd be interesting when Archaeology comes, because Relics shares a similar space, but I think it really amps
without
up
the recharge. I think
the recharge is the part that gets people.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if the chat agree.
People are saying
I think
location.
it's primarily the locations, the accessibility.
Recharge. Well, basically.
Yeah.
I think Relics might deal with a lot of these problems in a.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of anticipating a certain feedback for Relics, but if we're getting that feedback, they're doing exactly what we want them to do.
How mysterious. It sounds like we should go back to totems.
But it's like we don't want them to always be the best in slot, and we want you to switch them out.
Yeah.
They don't require any upkeep once you activate them.
Okay.
There's a cost to activating them, but that is it. Which should hopefully solve that problem that players had with totems. And they're all cool rewards and powers.
Okay, let's move on. I've chucked in one here that I wouldn't say was a large content update, but it seemed to sort of galvanise the community quite a lot. So Summer Skill Off.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm going to ask you to put your thumbs up in 3, 2, 1.
My little dungeoneering hole.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My dung hole.
Wow. Wow.
Let's let that one sink in for a second.
Sinking when. Oh, no.
Okay, again, there's a little bit of polarising in the chat as well.
There's going to be a lot of people. I mean, it's an event, so for a lot of people, events mean extra XP. It's temporary. So I can understand that.
Yeah. Okay. Bank rework. Let's move fast forward to September. Bank rework. Where are we? 3, 2, 1. It's a thumbs up from me as well.
It's a solid thumbs up.
I've got my 2 up again.
Sorry, I'm going to go 2. I'm going to go 2.
Annoying delay. Slight.
There we go. There's a load of green in the chat there. That's always a good sign. I know it took a while to come along, and there was the debacle with around about this time last year with shelving. But I think now that it's come out, I honestly think it's one of the best things that we could have done in terms of quality of life of our players. So
there's a lot of green on this one here.
A lot of green, yeah.
It's still going.
Still going. Anyone got anything to add on Bank at all?
It's an amazing quality of life update. It's just it's such a core element of interacting with RuneScape, and you do it so much, and with the update to the bank, it just makes it so much nicer now.
Yeah, I only had a little. It was just that kind of, we could have, I'm sure we could have had this solution earlier. It's just that personal frustration, but that's solely here.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it, it's great.
Okay, cool. And here is where I'm going to ask Mod Warden to get involved, because this is about the time that he joined.
Actually, I started the week of bank rework.
Started the week of the bank rework, okay. Right. So what was your thumbs up or thumbs down on the bank rework? Bearing in mind what you've seen in the chat.
Gosh, it was like okay, we got a release out today. What is it all about, right? That was my reality there. But I thought that's kind of, it was unanimously accepted, I think, in the community, and maybe initially it's a little quiet. I was a little surprised about, I'm trying to understand the build up to it, but I think it was just well felt.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go. I was gonna talk about Epic Jam, but I think I'll come back to that. Let's move on to the ranch out. I'm going to separate these updates all out from the large update in November. So let's start off with ranch out of time. Thumbs up or thumbs down in 3, 2, 1. Oh, a lot of middling. Okay.
Seems about right.
Are we including? Is it just ranch?
Just ranch. Just the ranch.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thoughts?
I think there's a few bits of flavor that were there with Pluralist Farms that wasn't there with the ranch, and in many ways that was intended, but you can still feel it as a player when you're playing through it and you like literally teleport from one place to the next, and it doesn't have that same. It's small things like the dinosaurs don't poop, right, and they don't give you manure. Or
Priorities.
They don't give you more than one piece of produce, even if it's just like naff stuff. It just, I don't know. Like there's little bits of soul that.
There's a little bit of sequelitis for me. Is that it doesn't, there was the impact player own farm. Ranch out of time obviously has a little bit diminished because it's not new.
Yeah.
Not as new.
Yeah.
So I can understand, but obviously it brought us absolute units and a fantastic RuneFest performance.
Yeah.
But,
I like player own farm. I like the interaction mechanics and whatnot, and that carries over obviously to ranch out of time, but it wasn't something new to me.
Okay.
It was just like, it wasn't. And there's the breeding log, which I've just spent the last 3 months trying to get a shiny yak to complete it, and I still don't have it, and now I've got all these other creatures, and I'm like, so.
Just gotta try harder.
It's just.
Yeah. Some of the rewards from some of the perks and stuff are still nice though.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Farming 120. Also the addition of all of the content that goes up to 120. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's largely positive. Good. Anything to add from anyone?
I think we had a lot going on when we did that release. So we just kind of came off the hilt of double XP. We had F&H. We had Yak Track then as well. So maybe we need a little breathing room in between some of that.
Yeah.
But it was a really good month, and everyone kind of worked their ass off to get there.
Yeah, I remember when we were trying to talk to some people externally, we were going through what our plans were for the next couple of months, and they were saying, you love November the 25th, don't you? You really love November 25th, because obviously all of that content came out pretty much around that time. So, I think we're all agreed if we were to do an update as large as that in the future, we would probably try and spread it out from other things that might be going on at the same time.
Or just primarily probably double XP. Give the breathing room from that, and let F&H or other kind of skills to kind of have their own spot in time.
Okay, all right. Let's go on to Herblore 120.
I thought you were doing it all together.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So all right. Should we do a redraw for farming? Okay,
I don't think it changes anything. Actually.
Okay.
No.
All right. Let's do
average.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, let's just assume we've just done Herblore already. That's fine. All right, Yak Track. I think it's important to include that. So 3, 2, 1.
I'll chime on this one too. I think this is great.
Good. Are we talking more along the lines of the actual content itself, or what it kind of represents?
For me, it's both actually. Yeah. I really like the quality of the rewards. They looked fantastic. I think if we kind of were able to bring it in a little closer to Halloween, it would have been even cooler. But it still came out in the right way. I thought that was great. I like the idea of giving more membership value. I think that's really important. This was not a new way to monetize, but to try and increase value to stuff that we already had. So I like that.
I know that when we had Mod Mick on the sofas last week, he was talking about us changing up a few things for future iterations of it, making it hopefully less grindy, and changing up a few of the tasks.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's the first try, right? Like, well,
It's a huge improvement over last year, right?
yeah.
yeah,
We learned a lot.
We had
Yeah,
The
learned a lot
team
from
did a
it.
fantastic job with it.
Yeah.
The UI was fantastic.
Yeah.
compared
Yeah.
to the previous one.
Yeah.
I really like to integrate it with what we've got coming out as well. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, archaeology comes out, we got, you know, you can imagine what a yak track might be like at that point.
Yeah, yeah, or whatever we decide to call it.
Yes, yes.
All right, I'm going to finish. Oh no, actually, not going to finish. So we've got smooth movement, which is obviously I think was it last week or was it the week before? Now I think it was the week before.
The week before.
Yeah. All right, let's go smooth movement. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, definitely.
Always done.
Thumbs up as well.
Cross thumb.
Cross thumbs up. That's like 3 thumbs up. Okay, again, I think this is something that is obviously one of those things which is great from the outset as an
What it
actual
represents.
update, but also, Ken, what it represents is this kind of movement into the next level.
Game
What-
client modernization, delivering on a promise from RuneFest. I think that was also really key, and
I mean, it's
step in the right direction.
it's just a teaser of what the core experience team has to
Yeah.
bring as well,
Yeah.
which is really exciting because the stuff that we see in house. Oh,
That's the stuff that we can now do where all of our focus is on the NXT client. The Java depreciation enables more of this type of work, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So,
And that leads us nicely on to talking about 2020, because I think going through all of those updates, I think it's easy to say actually. I think I've seen a few comments over the last kind of the last couple of weeks about the content that's been released this year. I think it's easy to say actually there's not been perhaps as much as other years, but actually when you list it down like that, and actually by and large most of them were a thumbs up. Actually, it kind of puts it into context as to actually that it was perhaps a better year than some people were initially thinking, which is well, obviously we want to be up here.
Yeah,
But
it's that weird kind of bookending, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you've got a really good start to the year, and I think a lot of people were really positive about mining smithing and elite dungeons and various other things that came in that period, and then obviously that little land out time in the middle, and then right at the end we came good with a lot of updates, particularly in November.
Yeah.
I think it's just you're feeling that middle, and I think that's what a lot.
I don't want to forget all the work as well the core experience team have been doing.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of it has been showcased here, and because it's not really content that you guys would interact with on a day-to-day basis, but like,
We can do better showcasing that.
Yeah.
in the next year.
Same goes
But
with patch note work.
they have
as
done
well.
so much work to
That's right.
get RuneScape into a better place.
We got some
build on it.
help on the team as well to kind of showcase more of
Yeah.
that. So I think that's going to be better next year.
yeah.
Yeah, haven't
I
mentioned
mean,
mobile.
like there's
That's
bits
right.
in
Mobile. Yeah, we forgot the
Yeah,
mobile
I've got
piece.
mobile in my
Ah,
2020,
okay, great,
2020
great.
list. So I think, as I say, if we were to, I don't like it sort of putting things in context with sort of other years, because I think very different circumstances, very different contexts. But I think if you look at the perhaps last couple of years, I'd say this year's been an improvement on the last couple of years, which is hopefully a sign that good things are to come in the future as well. So 2020, within your statement, Mod Warden, you mentioned about the lack of a year ahead this year.
right.
So we won't be releasing a year ahead video between Christmas and New Year like we would normally do. What's the reason for that?
Yeah, it's just we got to get our plans in order at the real heart of that, and like to take a slightly different look at it going the next year versus this past year. Love to see a more unified product vision and how the content relates to each other. I think that'd be really great.
Okay, cool. And I've seen
Paced throughout the year differently too.
Yeah, and I've seen a few things about the Christmas event in the chat. We're not ignoring them, don't worry. I think it's a good point to start is like seasonal events. Is that something that we're going to be looking to integrate more into the release schedule?
Yeah, that's some of the things we want to at least look at and figure out what are the best ones, what are the best ones we can focus on. Do we have to make any tough calls anywhere, trade this off for that, and so on. That's all part of the planning exercise.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are we looking at giving players and kind of the tangible? We obviously talked about, say, sort of bank rework. I wouldn't say that's kind of a small quality of life update, but in terms of quality of life updates, they seem to be some of the things that players are most looking forward to.
Yeah.
What are we doing in 2020 to make sure that is more of a priority moving forward?
Huge focus let's have resources on it. We've talked about Ninja a lot in the past, and I'd really like to make sure that the quality of life piece is dressed on a regular cadence.
Yeah, I think to emphasize that as well, like with, for example, archaeology now having more time, it means we can get these quality of lives out with the release, not afterwards. So we can ensure like the content is delivered to us.
It's the addressing more before it goes out, addressing more after we release something, and then continue to have eyes on our releases throughout the course of the year. I think that's going to be big. And then I'd like us to really kind of build up a backlog of things that the community will let us know about, and then cherry pick other things that cause pain and friction, and just chip away at that even better this year.
Okay. And obviously the changes to Archaeology release date, is that going to have a knock-on impact for any of the other stuff that was kind of promised at RuneFest, or are we not really in a stage to be able to talk about that perhaps as yet?
Probably not yet, because I think there'll be a time early next year where we can say, hey, this is what we're thinking about, and this is what we're envisioning for the course of the year. And so I think we'll have to wait till next year on that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the aim is to come to you guys at the start of next year with kind of I say a roadmap. What Warden says specifically, don't say roadmap, with an idea as to the kinds of things that we're going to be doing what we're going to be releasing in the next few months, and sort of all the way through to the end of the year, which of course is RuneScape's 20th birthday as well, on January the 4th, 2021. So I'm sure we'll have some nice surprises set for that as well.
Which, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Already prepping.
It's kind of crazy. Started primary school when RuneScape became a thing.
Grabbing a banana, right?
I was just a couple years old. Like when you say 20th, I was like, damn.
Here's an interesting fact for you. RuneScape is older than Wikipedia. So.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Yeah,
we're back in Carter days.
I think it's only about a month or so, a couple of months. I did a little bit of research, but that is quite impressive. I think that we're still around and we're still fighting strong. So. All right, we're going to move on to. So we've got a little quiz that we've got for you from some stuff that's happened over the last year. I'm going to head over to the PCs in probably about 5 minutes or so. You're going to have the chance to win. I think we're going to have 10 winners of a bond. So stay tuned. We're going to have that in about 5-10 minutes time. There's some questions in the chat that I wanted to ask for you guys. So thank you to the mods in the chat for chucking these onto my script. If you've got anything else, chuck them on there. I would say in terms of 2020 bits and pieces, we'll probably come to you in the new year with more information on that. So we probably won't answer anything really on 2020. But if there's anything you'd like to know about content that's coming out in 2019 or that came out in 2019, then please chuck it in there and we'll answer what we can. What have we got? So Rubik asks, since 120 farming and Herblore grace period is tied to that of Archaeology, will the delay of Archaeology extend the grace period for 120 farming and Herblore?
Oh, that question.
Gotcha.
We're looking at changing the grace periods. We haven't got an answer quite yet. I don't think we're confident in doing it this spring.
Yeah, I mean, when we maybe get a release date for the players, we can give a better update then on how it will work.
I think it's safe to say that they will no longer be synonymous.
Yeah.
They'll be disconnected, so that will be different.
Yep.
I'm just trying to think of the right people on the sofas. Will we look at with War's Retreat? Obviously, with the auras coming into that, are we going to look at any kind of
reimbursing? You're reimbursing?
Yeah, reimbursing anybody for loyalty points or anything like that.
I don't think we've made a call on that yet. That's with my bike at the moment.
Okay.
So no answer, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you're
can
right.
chase that one up too.
Yeah. Wrong people on the sofa.
Okay. Wooty asks, is there any information on the unified collection log? It was supposed to be a game jam project, and I asked the question at RuneFest 2. Is there any progress being made on this at all?
No progress, I'm afraid. Oh, go on.
No.
I know there's one particular developer who's been looking at it in their free time and game jam.
Was that
No,
days?
Sorry?
Was that days?
No, that
It was
was
Ryan.
that's Ryan. What Ryan?
Was it not
Was
Ryan?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He's figured out how to clone himself somehow.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, this
I
is the
know.
problem. I mean, he's
Yeah.
deep in
Yeah.
archaeology
Yeah.
at the moment
I know it'll be a lot easier to do after archaeology because he's rewritten.
because there's collection logs in archaeology
Collection
and there's a
logs.
centralized system of that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hopefully, archaeology is a key to getting that done.
Okay. Question about the War's Retreat again. So Nate asks, can you confirm if there'll be a teleport to the hub? That was
Yes.
previously unclear.
Yep. It'll be an unlock.
Yep.
That won't require a lot of time. But
From Spellbook.
Yeah. It'll be the same as the sort of ones that we introduced with the Comcape
Yeah.
update, where they're sort of just permanent free teleports. That you'll
Yeah.
have to use.
It's also reasonably convenient.
Yeah, I was going to
anyway.
say, from what you showed us, it's pretty close to the drain or lodestone anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you die, you just go through the door.
yeah.
know,
Oh,
straight back there.
has that been revealed yet? How it's actually tied in?
I guess it has now.
I mean, I don't know. I have to say, I didn't actually. I wasn't able to watch the game jam.
Yeah, no, we did reveal it last
We did reveal.
time.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not that big a deal anyway. I suppose the fact that it's called War's Retreat probably gives a bit of a clue as to what it might be tied into. So
Yeah.
okay. Someone has just put with a big exclamation mark, Kyrak, we need a box of flies. We need it really badly.
Go on F&H.
Just want noted flies.
We might have discussed it at the time. I can't remember if there was any conclusion as to what's going to happen with it. Specifically, we've got it all on paper upstairs, or well,
Right on your breezy
all
pad.
online.
It's the new pipad.
Yeah, I can't really give a definitive answer right now.
So we'll look into it.
Yeah, we'll look into
Get
it.
an answer
I'll see what it says upstairs. For now, I mean, I know people have been putting down the deposit boxes for it. There are stink flies from farming as well. So
Okay, and I'm going to give one more question, and that is from Dor Diane. Is there any update on pet broadcasts with XP or kill count as applicable?
Ah,
Is
yeah,
something
that was Mod Days.
Mod Days was working.
That was Mod
yeah.
Days. I checked up with him recently. I think that it requires testing, and that's.
Is that it?
Sorry?
Is that it?
Yeah, I think it's solely testing.
Okay, we
So-
can probably make that
Yeah,
work.
let's
then.
look into
Doesn't
it.
you?
Yeah, I'd
it's a
love to
nice
check that
little
out.
quality of life update,
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely.
As we're talking quality of life, so
Yes, so I'll pop back upstairs, and that'll be my first question.
okay, cool. All right, so we're going to move over to the PCs to have a little bit of a quiz for you guys to see how much you've learned over the course of the year. It's going to be focused on updates and bits and pieces that have happened over the last 12 months or so. I don't know if you guys wanted to play along on the sofas or if you wanted to go and enjoy your Christmases, but I'll be over there and you have the chance to win 10 of one bond prizes, not one of 10 bond prizes. You have a chance to win a bond, essentially, if you get in the top 10. So I'll be heading over to that in a second. But as a final kind of hurrah from you guys, if I had to ask you to describe how you feel about 2020 in one word, what would it be and why? Is there anybody that wants to start? Warden, you look like you're comfortable and ready
Organised.
Organised.
No,
okay.
not really.
That's what we're aiming for.
that's
for a brief
right.
second, I was expecting
Yeah.
one of those to just shout like hamburgers or something.
Box of flies, yeah. But let's see. It's probably not just one word, to be honest. But it's kind of. I think we're going to be kind of forming as a team a little bit differently, and what we work on and what we prioritize and what we invest in and what we focus on. And I think that is going to be the big theme of the year. And yeah.
Okay.
Quality of life, maybe quality.
Quality? Okay, we'll go with quality. We'll go with
Quality.
So
Okay.
Osborne's is organised.
It's going to be organised in quality. I like this.
Organised quality. Okay, Breezy.
I don't really know, to be honest. Do you want to go first?
Archaeology.
Dirt.
I mean, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Exciting. Okay.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to go for exciting as well.
Sure you are.
Maybe. Nervous. 'Cause,
Nervous?
Like, there's a lot of cool stuff coming up.
Yeah.
But you're involved in it and have a big part in it.
that I'm involved in, and it's exciting in the sense that like a lot of them are for me as a developer or well as a game developer QA. It is it's gonna be new challenges and stuff there, but yeah, so like it's nervous excitement if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
But both excited.
Anticipation. Let's call it
Yeah.
anticipation.
Anticipation.
And mine is going to be transparency, because I think that's really important for us to keep telling you guys what's going on, whether it be anything from game updates to what's going on within the team.
I'm sorry, I saw some comments there.
I think grey shirt is being picked on.
Oh,
Grey shirt.
Yes, that's you.
We need a smile. We need a smile. Great shirt.
so yeah, mine will be transparency, because I think we need to keep as much, communicate with you guys as much as possible, and get your feedback and make sure that, as I say, what we're doing is really what you guys want, and that we can tell you everything that is going on. So 2 thumbs from, yeah, 3 thumbs from Osborne. Okay, brilliant. So thanks very much to my guests on the sofa today. Thank you very much to everybody watching at home. Thank you all for thank you all for a great year. And I hope you enjoy your Christmases with all your families and your friends, and that you take a little bit of time to enjoy Christmas as well. It's not all about RuneScape. Take a bit of time to spend that time with your families and really sort of appreciate Christmas.
What are you saying? What are you saying? I just want to sit in my room all day and play RuneScape.
Okay.
I don't want to interact with my family.
On that note, happy Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You're not going to the PC?
I am going to the PCs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Fresh
yeah.
off.
Oh,
I bet as well.
where's our transition? We need some kind of Christmas.
It's like fade in, fade out.
Do a dance.
Do a dance.
Do a dance.
Not again.
Sing that song.
Is it that one?
But yeah, that one. That's the one.
You can sing that song for me.
Sing that song.
Yeah, the one you were going to write for me.
The on the spot.
All right, John, we should be good to go.
Yeah,
All right, so let's get going with a bit of quiz kit. Although, are you guys going to stay on the sofas, or are you going to head out?
Am I gonna?
Okay. All right. So,
Are you going on the sofas?
Yeah.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you, everyone.
okay. So it is
Go over there if you want.
Christmas. You can see my Christmas jumper. Annoyingly, okay. Question 1, mining and smithing. What resource is needed to craft necronium bars along with nechrite ore? Sorry, that was a bit quick. I wasn't expecting it to be quite as quick as that. Sorry, I'm just getting my little notes up. I've got my little notes on here. Shawnee, eat your heart out.
Is there a link or?
If you go on the Twitch channel, you should be able to play it straight from there. You just need to opt in, and if you click on the little QuizKit logo and you click something or other, you'll be able to then add in your preferences. So you'll then get your name on the stream. So if you haven't done it, do that, because you'll then end up coming up as player 123 or something like that.
Sure.
Okay, so question 1, which resource is needed to craft necronium bars along with nechrite ore? It is phasmatite. So hopefully your score should be coming up on the screen right now. So luminite is required for rune and adamant bars, dracolith for orichalcum, and light animica for elder rune. And my quiz kit has actually just died, which is not very helpful. Bear with me 1 second. I might have to restart it, which gives you all a bit of an advantage because you all know what the answer to the first question is. Let's try it again, shall we?
It's not working for me.
Yeah, I have no questions. It's just a blank
Okay,
page.
try again. Let's try again.
It's working now.
I got it.
There we go. All right, make sure you opt in, guys, to make sure your name comes up on the screen.
I wonder what the first question is.
I wonder what the first question's going to be. Here's a freebie, everybody. I hope your memory is better than a goldfish's. There we go. I think we're all good now. It's a little bit of a rough start.
Should be good.
Yeah, okay, if you want to play, guys, all you need to do is click the little quiz kit icon in the middle of the screen. It should be on the bottom half of the, middle part of the bottom half of the screen. If you click on that, you can opt in, and then you'll be able to see the extension. So, of course, it is phasmatite. Well done, everybody. So, what you'll get is, the quicker you answer, the more points you'll get. And the top 10 who are top of the leaderboard at the end of the quiz will get a bond. So Top of the leaderboard, we're looking at Troy 888 with 9,901 points. Scallius, contestant 75. Make sure you opt in so that we can see what your name is. And then Mysterious One, BML. Well done, everybody. So total scores, no surprise to see Troy is still number one as well. We've only had one question. There are 15 questions, by the way. So if you haven't entered yet, there's still every chance that you can win. Bear in mind, if you answer and get a question wrong, you lose that amount of points that you would have got if you'd have won. If you got it right. So make sure that if you don't know an answer, sometimes it's better to just skip it completely. So, question 2. Chef's assistant, which of these is not an item required to make a cheesecake? Is it a strawberry coulis, a pat of butter, pots of cream, or biscuits? Breezy's looking a little bit confused.
I am.
We will find out where those guys are on the leaderboard at the end of the stream.
I don't know which account I'm logged into.
Okay, so it is, of course, strawberry coulis. Well done to 224 of you who got that right. All the rest of them are required at different points of the quest in order to make that lovely, delicious cheesecake. So well done, Dark Hobbit, top of the leaderboard for that one, as well as a variety of contestants. Make sure, again, that once you log in, you are clicking that you are accepting the preferences, because that will mean that you then get to have your name on the leaderboard.
I guess I need to sign into that.
Contestant 986, congratulations, you're currently at the top with 18,000 points. Don't worry, we've got 13 questions left to go. If you're not on the leaderboard as yet, there's every time that you can get to catch up. Okay, question 3, Elite Dungeons. Which of these is a drop from a monster within the Shadow Reef? Dagger McDaggerface, Two Hand McTwohandface, Macy McMaceface, or Swordy McSwordface? I did have a lot of fun writing this question. I think I'd be surprised if many people get this one wrong. It is, of course, Swordy McSwordface, as chosen by one of the players, much to Mod Orion's sadness. So well done for getting that one right. Well done, contestant 1441, and also to 736 and Smells as well. Well done on getting that one right. And then in terms of total scores, BML2, 26,304. Congratulations, you're top of the leaderboard at the moment. And Troy has made a recovery back to second as well. So congratulations. Next question, number 4. So desperate times. Which is not a council member you can choose to negotiate a task force with? Is it Venescula, Moya, Brunt the Chieftain, or Ceramic Vase? This is quite a tough one, I have to say. I'm not going to say it's a trick question, but there is an element of not necessarily being an obvious answer, this one. So the answer is Venescula. So all of them you can choose to negotiate a task force with, apart from Venescula, who you choose to negotiate land with. There's a lot of raising eyebrows over on the sofas over there. Well done to 87 of you who got that one right. This one's going to separate the real players from the casuals, I think. So well done, Stickmaker Man, RS Galaxy Shark, and contestant 500 on getting that one right. And that's shaken up the leaderboard quite considerably now. So contestant number 16 is top of the leaderboard. AAD is second. Well done.
Well, 1,192.
Modiago is on 1,192. So if you're doing that, you're beating Modiago. Breezy, where are you?
89.
On 80, just on 89, or your position 89, or
To be fair, I missed 2
You
questions.
were ranked 89 out of 1,200.
that's not too bad actually. None of these guys have seen these
210.
questions either, so
I'm pretty much last.
bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to take it off of. Bear with me 1 second.
Number 5.
Guys who are watching on the chat, can we take us out of unique viewers, please, just so we can try and see if we can get some more people in. I'm seeing a few people that can't actually get in because of it.
Yeah, I ended up just having to select that quiz kit button and then reload the page.
Okay. Just get the plugin, then refresh the stream if you've not already.
That worked for me.
Give it a go. Okay. Still plenty of time to catch up, guys, by the way. So question 5, land out of time. What is the name of the mysterious island Karapak escapes to? Is it Terrifying Island, Anachronia, Ile Perdue, or Dino Island? I was particularly proud of Terrifying Island for this one.
Hope we got that one right.
Reveal answer. So well done to all of you who got that one right. It is, of course, Anachronia. Just a little bit of insider knowledge. Dino Island is what we all called it internally until we could think of a proper name for it. And Ile Perdue means Lost Island in French. Terrifying Island is just a pun. So time to show the scores. Well done to Puig 1, Giovanno, contestant 1681, and XG Hog. I think. Oh, someone's pulled out quite considerably into the lead here. AAD, Sarah Vale Foria, Giovanno, and contestant 16 as well, within touching distance. So let's kick on to number 6, I believe. Still plenty of time to catch up, guys, if you are a little bit behind. Land out of time, which is not the name of a totem obtainable within Anachronia. A totem of summoning, totem of the abyss, totem of Herblore, or totem of navigation. Guys, so putting it in the chat, you can actually take part if you click on the middle quiz kit icon. Putting it in the chat doesn't actually enter you into the quiz, if you didn't know already. So it is, of course, Totem of Herblore. All of the rest are available within Anachronia. And then well done to iRockstar. Wow, 10,000 points. That is some quick reactions. Contestant 299, Jolly Jeremy RS. Well done, Willow 25 as well. And then showing those total scores, AAD, and then Sarah Vale Foria, BML2. We're getting a fairly consistent top 5 at the moment. So let's try and make sure that whoever is... sorry, I was just seeing some stuff from the guys that made the extension. So I think we're all good. So yeah, everyone, there's still plenty of time to catch up. We are on question number 7. Let's go. So this is another land out of time question. Which of these is the name of an achievement within Anachronia? Spinal Tap, Leave No Zygamite Behind, 3 in a Bed, or Spudnik?
I don't remember which one of the two.
Oh, we've got Iago a bit confused.
Yeah, this one, it's a toss-up between two of them for me.
Okay, it's 3 in a Bed. The answer is 3 in a Bed. I had a little bit of fun with this one. I'm sorry, this is a little bit of a horrible one. So there is spinal surgery, which is surging under a spine anachronia. There is Leave No Zygamite Buried. Sorry.
The one that
to find all of the hidden Zygomites in Anachronia, and there's also Spud that as well, which is using a potato on
lost me 6,000 points.
Ancient Zygomite Elder. Well, you should have answered it if you weren't sure, should you? That's the risk and reward.
Yeah.
So apologies to that one. That was a little bit of a tricky one. But 103 if you got it right. Well done to everybody who's in the top 5 list, or well, who got it right in general, really. But contestant 1704, 3 Hug, Pocket Merlin, and Be a Potato. I like that name. Well done, Be a Potato. Oh, we've got a new leader, which means that AAD must have got that one wrong. Well done to Xenos Fan 2, BML2. AAD is languishing down in 3rd at the moment. Wooty is in 4th. Furry Death is in 5th, and Icelandic RS is in 6th. So as we see, anything can change very, very quickly in this. Don't be too disheartened if you are a little bit further down at the moment. It can all change very, very quickly. So got a question now about the summer skill off. Which skill won? Was it Herblore, Runecrafting, Agility, or Dungeoneering? I remember there being a lot of people who were very, very passionate about, I think, 3 of these different skills. So it was Dungeoneering that won it. Well done to everybody who got that right. So it actually ended up going cooking, hunter, rune crafting, herblore, agility, and then dungeoneering. I believe herblore versus agility was the one that was the really, really close one.
I wasn't sure there between dungeoneering and agility. I got it right.
You got it right. Okay, good. So we're a couple of people again with some lightning reflexes there. Must have just been absolutely
Just
on
spam
it.
Phone.
Sorry?
Just spam click.
Yeah, I guess there must be risk and reward and all that. So BML2 is now top of the leaderboard. Well done, BML2. 58,680 points. We've got Xenos Fan in second, Furry Death in third, and AAD is pulling up the rear at the moment. Well, it's not really. He's in fourth, they're in fourth. And then Meme Ghost and Cubal Kev. So we are now on to question number 9. This one is about the bank rework. So, bank improvements project, sorry. How many bank tabs were added with this update? Is it 6, 5, 7, or 4?
That was a bit of a tricky one. I was about to tap, and then I thought, oh.
How many were added with this update as well?
You got to do quick math there.
Yeah. I don't know how many people would have got this one right. Oh, it's not that many. I thought it might be more than this, actually. The answer is 6.
I got it right. I had to do the 6 plus 9 equals 15 in my head real quick.
Some quick maths from Breezy in the background there.
Probably shouldn't have answered.
There's a lot of contestants who did well in that one. Hyperion Fire as well, and Zan VC as well. Well done. BML still top of the pile. AAD is back in second. Very, very close to Xenos Fan 2. DKG93 and Poiklers are also doing very, very well. BML2 is quite a way out in the lead at the moment, though, so people have got some catching up to do. And we're on question 10 of 15. This one is about Herblore 120. So which of these is a combination potion added in the update? Spiritual Prayer Potion, Supreme Fletcher's Salve, Searing Defense Potion, Extreme Dragon Slaying Potion.
Oh, what?
There is some heads being shaken on the sofa.
I just pressed the button.
I will give you a clue that I made up the other 3, so they're not.
The worst part about this is I looked at it and I knew which one it was, but I wanted to read the question first.
Yeah.
So I just wasted time.
Oh, okay. So the answer is a Spiritual Prayer Potion.
Spiritual Prayer.
As I said, I made up the rest of them. I kind of took the general first name and then a skill and then a variation on potion. So Spiritual Prayer Potion is the right answer. So who did well on that one? Wolfrogs, a couple of contestants, Guy and Meme Ghost, who seems to be doing quite well, actually, Meme Ghost, so well done. RS Galaxy Shark also in the top 10 there, also doing a good job. So where are we? In the top 10, BML is still in the lead. Xenos Fan and AAD in second and third. Meme Ghost in fourth. Poiklers, Cubal Kev, Sarah Vale Foria, Mullane RS, Furry Death, and another contestant in the top 10. And bear in mind, top 10 all get a bond, so all to play for still. It's very, very tight when you get outside the top 10, so that's going to be changing up quite a lot.
I'm at 16 right now.
Oh, Breezy's at 16. Oh, I'll find out what his name is.
Won't tell you where.
Oh, he's a contestant. He is a contestant. He's a contestant. Okay, so let's go into a farming 120 question for question 11. Which of these is not a new form of produce from the update? Is it a carambola, a dragon fruit, a lychee, or an ugly fruit? There are some easier questions than others in this, I will admit. But there are a couple of doozies in there as well that are coming up.
But I almost felt like that was a trick question.
That's the beauty of it, but a lot of people got ugly fruit right. Well done. A few people went for carambola. A few less people went for lychee and dragon fruit. It is, of course, an ugly fruit. You can get dragon fruit level 116, carambola 113, and lychee 111. Well done, Smells and iRockstar. iRockstar is definitely button bashing. Definitely button bashing. Like, they've got three 10,000. I think they've just got everything else wrong. We've got Mikkel's Clutch, Tree Hug, Ash's Ponytail, all in the top 7. And then as we go into the top 100 of everybody, BML2, Xenos Fan, AAD, Meme Ghost. Is there anybody changing in the top 10? I think everybody in the top 10 must have got that right because I don't think there's been a lot of changes. Let's go on to question number 12. We're getting to the business end now, guys. This is a ranch out of time question. Which is the correct spelling of a dinosaur you can breed? I'm not going to read them all out, but there is a Spicia pterosaur in there as well.
I looked at my phone really late there.
Oh, no.
I was just watching the chat.
You could go for a spicati apatatosaur, a special apaterasaur, a spicati apaterasaur, or a spicy apaterasaur.
Oh, I picked the wrong question.
Oh, no. Breezy's had a mare.
Wrong answer. Oh,
Breezy's had a mare.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did the exact.
The answer is, of course, spicati apaterasaur. There's a lot of people that went for a potatosaur, which I thought was quite entertaining. I wanted to put absolute unit in there, but I realised it was for the wrong dino, so I didn't in the end. Potatosaur, make it a thing, guys. So 227 if you got that right, well done. We have a few more button bashes at the top, well done. Peach RS also in the top 10 on that one. And then in the top 10 overall, what are we looking at? So Sarah Vale Foria is doing really, really well, up in third. BML2 is absolutely rinsing it, if I'm being honest, at the moment. And in the rest of the top 10, RS Galaxy Shark has scraped into the top 10. Also, AAD, the long-term leader, is currently down in 8th. So lots of work to do. Next question is about RuneFest. Or something that was announced at RuneFest anyway. Which of the archaeological dig sites will be Zerosian themed? Warforge, Caridet, Silverlight, or Stormguard?
I've given up at this point.
That's the spirit.
If you've read the Warforged diary that was released yesterday, you might have a little bit more insight on this. The answer is the Caridet. I'm quite surprised that people didn't get that. Oh, okay. Shows we've got a bit of work to do with getting archaeology out there with you guys.
Yeah.
So Warforge is Bandos, Stormguard is Armadillo, Everlight is Saradomin, and the Infernal Source, which is the one that's not mentioned on there, is Zamorak. And Caridet is, of course, Zerosian.
Yep.
Well done to everybody in the top 10. A few new faces in here. Evil A's, Dreadnought RS, Starcader, BTB Lucky, Smell's been there a couple of times, and Soda, well done. I think this might have impacted the leaderboard quite a lot. BML is within touching distance now. Xenos Fan, Meme Ghost, AAD, well done on getting that one right, you must have done. Galaxy Shark. Oh, I think, do I see Breezy in the top 10?
No.
Oh, no, okay.
I'm at 14. So I went from 15 to 25 to 14.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get last.
That one.
That's
Okay, well done. RS Galaxy Shark as well, creeping up the leaderboard as well, and currently in 5th. Okay, next question is another RuneFest question. So, which of these mods was not on stage during the RuneScape keynote? Mod Raven, Mod Mohawk, Mod Pips, or Mod Timbo? So, I was going to do this as a trick question and put Mod Raven as the wrong answer because it was actually Granny Potterington, but it is in fact Mod Mohawk. Mod Pips came on at the end to talk about the core experience bits and pieces that we're looking at, so the things like the removal of the tick system, smooth movement, tracking, all that kind of stuff. Mod Timbo was doing his Archaeology Timbo tours, and Raven was, of course, Granny Potterington. Show the question score. So Big Bad Jas, oh, good name, top of the leaderboard, and the rest of them are contestants for that question. Zunik also in the top 10 on that one. And then if we're looking at total scores, BML still top of the pile, but within 8,000 points, so they need to get this last one right. Meme Ghost, AAD, Galaxy Shark, Mysterious One is also now creeping into the top 10. The One Sar as well. Some of the bigger names that were at the start, Cubal Kev was in the top 10 for a while. Giovanna was in the top 10 for a while. They're sort of in the teens at the moment, so lots to play for on the final question. And the final question is around charity. So how much were we able to donate to our mental health partner charities in 2017, 2018? 102,000, 316,000, 198,000, 267,000. And this is not just us, this is obviously you guys as well. So thank you very, very much for helping to support some amazing mental health charities. Thought it was a nice question to end on because the actual answer is a whopping £316,377. So well done to everybody. We do quite a lot in game to try and help promote mental health awareness and try and raise some money for some amazing charities. We've done things like rat races as a team to try and bump up that number, as well as also doing sort of in-game events as well. So how does that leave the scores? Peach RS, well done. Top Hat Alpha. People saying that there are people just spamming the answers, but they'll get them wrong for most of the time as well, and they'll lose points. So they'll probably end up on about 0. So it does pay to actually read the questions and to put the right answer in. Camerson 5 also in the top 10 for the question for the first time, I think. Chris 911911, Top Hat Alpha as well. I3 Ye Buddy. And the final results. Well done to BML, our long-time leader, 90,000 points.
Still in it.
This is our final question, unfortunately. So Xenos Fan in second, Sarah Vale Fourier in third, Meme Ghost in fourth, Galaxy Shark in fifth, AAD, unlucky mate, you were doing really, really well for a long time, finished in sixth, Mysterious One in seventh, Poiklers in eighth, Cubal Kev scraped it back, got it back into the top 10, RR Man, I think he was about 12th pretty much the entire time, has scraped into that top 10 as well. Breezy, where did you finish? 16th? 16th. Iago?
Not going to talk about
We're not going to talk about it. Okay, so it didn't go well for him. Well done to everybody who finished in the top 10. Well done to everybody who got a question right. Top 10, you have something that's opened up in your on your screen now to submit your email address. We'll send out those bonds in the before Christmas, so you got something nice to spend in game before Christmas. And that's about it from me. I hope that you enjoyed the quiz. I know there are a couple of little technical problems. I think once we do more of these, then people will get a little bit more acclimatized to how it all works. And then we'll do another one for the first stream of 2020 as well. I've written it out already. It's a birthday quiz. It's going to be focusing on the last 19 years of RuneScape. There are quite a few questions in there. I think there's 19 questions, one for each year. So you've got that to look forward to in the first part of next year. So I just want to reiterate everything that was said on the sofas beforehand. Hope you guys have had a great 2019. Have a really lovely Christmas. And we can't wait to get back in touch with you and to keep you playing and to keep you enjoying RuneScape for the next few years, but definitely in 2020 it's looking like a really, really positive year. So from me, goodbye. Hope you have a lovely Christmas. From the guys on the sofa,
Happy
I don't
holidays.
know if we'll cut to them, but they've just said happy holidays. They're in the corner. Oh, sorry, I can't see because the overlay is cutting me over. Okay, sorry. From Mod John says
Hello.
hello. He says hello. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a lovely Christmas.
That's what I say. There you go.